today's it's a tough day. I'm taking off. I'm gonna bail for about a week. I got some doctor appointments to attend to, and she's gonna stay all by herself. How do you feel about that?
I am gonna get so much done without him here.
Supposedly I'm a pain in the ass and I get in her way.
Well, there's a lot of, Deborah, I need this. Deborah, throw me a wrench, get me a screwdriver. And so I get started on a project and then I have to be the parts girl, and which is fine. But I feel like I will be able to finally put our boat together, which makes me so happy because I wasn't able to do that until now. We launched 3 days ago and we are working on putting everything away. Waiting on workers to finish up projects before we're able to actually properly store anything. So I'm gonna show you the mess I'm dealing with now and kind of just working on getting things put somewhere, and then I will go back in and organize and put things in a proper place. So here is the port cabin. Suitcases, bins, bags. Yeah, it's a lot. And here is the starboard cabin, and this is the garage. And so there's a lot of tools and all of Nick's boat parts. I finally have access to this area where I can access putting things, storing things underneath all of our seats. I haven't had any access to this area since we've been here. So there's stuff just randomly shoved in here. Nick hung his fishing rods yesterday and got that area cleared. Finally was able to clear out our bedroom. Oh, it's trashed. Sorry, the boat is trashed. You already know that. But this bed is massive. It's bigger than a king. There's so much room in here, and we have had the best night's sleep. There's tons of storage down here, and in these lockers, but again, there's just stuff kind of shoved in there. So I'm gonna work on that today, get the rest of the boat parts out of here, clean this room.
I haven't been home for 2 months, so it kind of gives, my son just moved in, so I'm really pumped about that, and I get to spend some time with him. But I just, you just feel good because you're going to go home, you're going to check all the systems and make sure everything's right, make sure the people you're paying to take care of things are actually doing their job. No one knows I'm coming home, so I like that little surprise.
And I'll just handle things here.
She will handle things.
Shut myself into this boat and get things organized.
Yeah, and I'm hoping when I do come back that everything will be organized, because I'm a scatterbrain. So it's real tough for me to organize things, and when I do organize it, 10 minutes later, it's a wreck again. Still some projects on the boat. We got some electrical, we got some plumbing.
We were having a hard time getting our stove lit. Discovered that the pipe in the back had a pretty severe crack in it. We took it in and the guy said, yeah, no problem, I can fix it. So he repaired the pipe, and I said, hey, we've never used the stove. If you could just go through the whole thing, make sure it's completely dialed in and functioning properly. Took a lighter and lit it, and the whole entire stove and oven caught on fire. Flames were shooting up here, shooting out the side, singed the hair on his hands and his arms. I immediately cut the gas and it stopped burning. Nick is now on his way to Budget Marine to buy us a new stove, which is a big ticket purchase, unfortunately. It's very disheartening, but that's the nature of this beast. Finally got to see my settee for the first time ever, not in a picture, which was very exciting. We've had it put together, what, three days now? 3 days now.
So, we got to have a couple dinners, have some friends over. It was nice.
Yeah.
See how happy I am.
Sitting at the table, watching some TV, having a cold beer.
A lot. And now I do.
Didn't think this was ever going to happen. And check this out.
Making some dinner.
I will say we are absolutely living large today. This looks really good, and this is actually our first
Cooked meal.
first cooked meal at our table in our boat. Cheers.
Cheers. So while I'm here, I do have our friends that'll be checking on me and making sure I'm okay, and I have a couple of reliable
She got a good
sources.
support group here.
Yeah, support here.
But get home, get this handled, get back here to a nice, organized, beautiful boat. All our sails are up. Everything is ready to go. I'll be home in roughly 8 days, and I hope to be out of here a few days after that. I mean, I just, that's what I want. What actually happens depends on whether Horizon can get their butts in gear.
So we ended up at the dock on the marina, decided to pull our dinghy up on our brand new davits.
And one bent, and they will not hold the dinghy.
It was just flexing.
I'm so glad that I did that before we rolled out.
They're way flexing.
I know.
So we still have a couple of things that need tied up. That the projects that started still weren't finished before we splashed. So they have to finish installing our autopilot pump, wiring that has to be done. There's we've been experimenting with our solar and
our breaker switches.
There you go.
And yeah,
because
and he's just updating our panel a little bit.
We were running just a couple of things, not a lot of things. We had an AC unit on, and then the microwave shut everything down. So some more wiring, and then getting our davits fixed, getting our upholstery redone. And this upholstery, if you can see it really doesn't look bad, and I was perfectly happy with it until
you stick. You're actually ripping flesh off your body when you get up.
And it's not just, you stick a little bit. It literally pulls your skin to a point of discomfort.
All right, I got to go. Got to catch a flight off to Las Vegas. I'm back home and got to take care of some business.
Survived my first night while Nick is gone, and had a nice evening. Met some friends for dinner, and showered and came back to the boat, and just kind of Addie and I just kind of chilled out. And I didn't get as much done in here as I wanted to, but I did kind of get all the nuts and bolts and tools that were spread out throughout the boat, all put in the garage. So that felt like a pretty big accomplishment. And now I am going to start organizing in the salon, kitchen kind of area in this area. So ready to hit it hard today. This is how we look today. My shower bag, Nick's shower bag. We got head one that will have an electric toilet. Head two is the temporary laundry room. There'll be a bench here, and this will be converted into our shower exclusively. Okay, we're on anchor, so everything is kind of out right now, and we're still in a transition phase. There is the guest room. I haven't made this up yet. This is the flooring for the cockpit. This is the garage. So there are 2 totes in here that will go away, and then there'll be room for Nick's tools and stuff are along there. And we'll transition this into a kind of office-y area, I think. The nav desk And this will be the laundry room. It's currently this mess. But that's the inside. It's been a pretty busy couple of weeks. Nick was gone for a week, and during that time I was able to get all of our stuff put away, since it was basically just kind of thrown in here. A friend of mine, John, said to me, just be done. Not perfect, just done. And I was like, yeah, because I just want to be done. So that was my focus for the rest of the week. I just kept saying, just done. Not perfect, just done. And before Nick returned, I finally got everything dialed in, and it was a great feeling. The boat looked amazing. He came home with 3 suitcases and a backpack full of more stuff, even though he took 3 suitcases and a backpack full of stuff that we didn't want on the boat anymore. Now we're rehoming those things, and things are kind of torn apart. But I did get my settee redone, and I have to say, me and Addie and Nick, who's not here right now, are loving it. We are still in CLARKES COURT Marina on the dock because there is boat work that is still not finished. One of the issues that we're having with the boat work that hasn't been complete yet is the solar tower and the dinghy davits that were built for our boat, and specifically for our dinghy and our outboard, won't hold our dinghy and our outboard. Nick met with Horizon this afternoon, and they came up with a plan. Sounds like a solid plan that will work, and hopefully it isn't going to be so time consuming that it's going to delay us beyond this week. So hoping that gets done, those davits get secured and tight and good.
Well, it's on.
It's on. It hasn't been able to get that far up yet. So the goal is to try and be out of here by this weekend, which would be amazing because we still have to learn how to sail and sail somewhere. But most importantly, not to be here anymore, because this is the most disgusting water I've ever seen. Wow. We've been trying to start each day being a little more positive and focusing on the good in our days, but it seems like every time we turn around, there's something else that just knocks us down. And we discovered today that the reservoir for our autopilot pump that was installed was barely held on, just by 2 screws, very loose. Lines that go to it were leaking, and it was installed where you add the fluid into the reservoir was pushed up against the top so tightly that you couldn't even take the cap off, let alone get in there to fill the reservoir. It's just been one thing after another, and that was kind of another breaking point for us. We contacted Horizon, and they're working on a resolution for it. A couple of days ago, Nick was in the forward cabin on the front of the boat where we had the bow thruster installed, and there were only 2 bolts holding the bow thruster on, and now everything's torn apart again. everything. Because everything they do, they have to tear into a room to get access to. People say in sailing that you get the lowest of lows and the highest of highs. And I think if there were some balance where we could get those highs and we could feel some of the joy in this, it would offset some of this frustration, feeling of being defeated, anger, frustration. This has just been hard.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, you know, we've had some setbacks, but we're pumping forward. We're going to leave this dock on Saturday. So, sorry we haven't been videotaping or keeping anybody up to date. It's been such a struggle, a lot more so than I thought. Other than that, we'll see you when we get to where we're going. Peace out.
Like, subscribe, comment, and turn on notifications.